Hey guys, Joebizz34 back again, and here we go. Kicking off a Halloween video special 2022. So I'm going to break this video up into segments. First, I want to show some goodies I've gotten that were, customs or done by other people. Then I'm going to show off some of the customs or kit bashes that I've worked on through the year. Some of which you guys have seen pictures, some of which maybe appeared in a video before but never really highlighted. So I'm going to do that now in this video. And I have a lot of goodies coming. So hopefully if they get here in time, by the time I'm filming the end of this, you guys will be in for a big treat. There'll definitely be a main event, that's for sure. And depending on how long this video goes, I may announce this being once again a two-part, because I do have a lot of odds and ends to show. And like I said, you already saw The Undertaker. I opened my video with that. I'm very proud of that figure. I will showcase that shortly when I do that segment of showing all the stuff I've worked on this year. That was a kit bash that I put together. I haired, I painted the head sculpt. The clothes were done by Unleashed Viper, which I'll get more into that later. So even though I opened with him, highlighting him, I'll focus more on him later. In the meantime, I just wanted to show a couple other quick goodies I picked up over the course of this year since my last vid. I always wanted this guy. He's called Mr. Robot in the knockoff in the world, but we all know it's Bishop from Aliens, I should say. And that's who made this figure, Scaletta Studio. Picked this up from my good friend Ricardo Guzman. I made a deal with him to get it. There's the box. All right, and it's cool because the figure actually comes as like a 1.5. It's got this figure where after he's gotten torn apart, where he's got the Alfredo sauce coming out of his body. For some reason, that's always made me think of that with the white blood or the white fluid or whatever the heck that is. Looks like Alfredo. Looks like an Italian Alfredo dinner right there with linguine. But anyway, awesome likeness. It definitely looks like Bishop, especially younger back in that time period when that movie was made. Even comes with the cool dagger that he used to play the game in the movie, where he, had stabbed repeatedly through his fingers on the desk, where he freaked everybody out. And then of course there's the full figure. Stupid me, when I first got this figure, the way the box is orientated, this figure is underneath. So when I saw this figure, I thought the figure can split in half. I didn't realize it was two different figures. So I was like trying to figure out, like, how does this figure detach so you could do the other? And then I figured you just change his hands to the messy hands. But then I realized there was another layer to the foam, opened it up, and then I saw that they actually, it actually came with another variant of him, which I think is pretty cool. So just to start that off quick. Then, of course, I recently picked up by Legio 7. Here it is, serial number 4 of 10. JC, which is Joe P. Cox from RoboCop. Does it hurt? Does it hurt? Love that character. I love all these guys. And I have Clarence right next to him, Clarence Barnaker, who I've had for a long time, also made by Legio 7. I picked this up from Jay, my good friend Jay, from J. Jermaine Sullivan. We've done a couple deals together where I bought from him, he's bought from me. Pretty good guy. And he threw in this stand that came with this one, the custom stand that right now I'm actually, really nice RoboCop stand. Shows the poster with all the characters on it. I'm using it more with him right now because actually Joe P. Cox can stand better on his own than he can. So I got him years ago, and I think I've showed him in the past. And then he was well done, and I had him for a few years. I have a cert for him as well, packed away right now. But the reason why I brought him back out, I was motivated to revisit him because of picking him up. And the only thing with him is that he had a giraffe neck. I think the neck was a little too long and looked a little slightly out of proportion. So I lowered the neck and I modded it a bit so that it's closer to the the torso. And then I modified the shirt to be folded down so that it looks more natural. And here you are. Now this gun actually comes with Joe Peacock. Peacock. I'm thinking of the Peacock channel instead. But Joe Peacock's, that's his gun that I have sporting with Clarence at the moment because I'm letting Joe borrow the assault rifle there that was used in RoboCop, the infamous assault rifle that can pretty much blow an Ed 209 up or a car up, in one shot. So the only thing I changed with this guy was pretty well done with the outfit and everything, right down to the shoes, the sneakers. The only thing I altered was his sunglasses. Although the sunglasses that he came with were okay, they were silver, a little different than the actual accurate sunglasses he wore in the film. And even if you look at the box, you could see how the sunglasses were, which looks more like that Eddie Murphy Beverly Hills Cop shades. So I went on eBay and found these and replaced the sunglasses with him sporting these. And although still not 100% accurate, 100% perfect, definitely much closer to the source material, I think, than with the sunglasses that came with it. But even with the regular sunglasses that came with it, it still is a great looking figure, great custom, simplistic, but yet it works. And I'm on the hunt for the whole team. I know Legio 7 did, I think, one of each of the bad guys. So I got 2 down and 2 to go. Definitely I'm looking for the toxic Avenger looking guy, the one that got, went into the toxic waste and ended up melting. I know Legio 7 made one of him too. So if anybody out there sees this and has one of those or knows who has one that wants to sell it, let me know. I would love to have the whole team when all said and done. So finally, another update, a quick update I wanted to show was this Freddy Krueger Part 1 Beta Motali. The original Part 1 that has the alternate non-smiling head sculpt on it from the second set that he did when he did the smiling and non-smiling. The only difference with this one, as I've shown in videos in the past, is this one was custom painted with eye from Beto himself. Beto did the eyes, where the person wanted the eyes to be like a fiery yellow red, almost like a Part 2 color eyes instead of the blue or green eyes that he would normally have. So that made this unique. And the rest of the hat, the body, the glove, everything else is original from the Part 1, the pants. And then the only thing I did upgrade recently, which is why I wanted to show this again, was the new sweater. So he re-released the Part 1 and Part 2 sweaters and 3s, and I did pick a couple of these up to upgrade the original figures I have from Beto. So he's sporting the new sweater now, and I just wanted to show that quick. It's definitely an upgrade from the older sweater, although the older sweater is nice too. And I still love the Dan Castro sweater that I had sporting on him up until now, that I'm going to reutilize with another Freddy variant of Part 1 that I'm going to show you a little later, which I think is pretty cool what I'm doing there. But in the meantime, just kind of wanted to update you and show you that real quick. All right, be right back. All right, so I had to show this really quick. Another acquisition I had for the earlier in the year. Now, we all remember this Part 7 Jason that I have that's made by the infamous and very talented Ones Customs. I've had this for a long time now, a few years, and he's definitely made appearances. But check out what's behind him and how much taller this is. Now, yes, this is not 1/6, so I know it's out of scope for a Halloween special 1/6 video, but had to make an exception and give this devil his due. Look at the size difference. Okay, so I found this online on Facebook or Instagram or one of those sites. This is made by Tony Clements. He's in the industry to a point, I guess, for special effects or something to that effect. And he loves Jason, and in his spare times, he makes Jasons. And he has made a couple of Jasons at a bigger scale. I can't even say this is 1/4 scale. I don't think it really definitively has a scale attached to it. Look at the difference in the size. Look at that. Look at that. It's like King Kong versus regular dude. Not quite, but you know what I mean. So it comes with the metal machete, the outfit, the chain, and I just had to give props and just show this. I mean, listen, it's still Halloween related, still horror related, and it's still Jason Voorhees, which is always welcome in a video related. It comes with the rock, with the chain, with the lock that comes that broke off, that connects to this where he was tied down to when he was underwater, under the lake. All right, the details are amazing. The nails are there. The nails are there. Okay, the skeleton underneath, the rib cage and all that, the rib clothing, and the dock that's nice that he made. Like, look at this one with the rope attached around it, and the welcome to camp crossed out Crystal Lake sign that he included here as well. Nice prop as well. You can put it anywhere on the base you want. And of course, the mask is removable, and there is his sculpt. Now the light is kind of making it a little harder to see right now. Let me see if I could turn this light off or dim it down. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I think this is better. I dimmed the light a bit so you can kind of see it a little better. But there's the head sculpt. Really nice. Really nice. So really good job by Tony. Like I said, he makes them more for himself, but he does, he did make extras, and he sold a couple of these, I guess, including this one. This was his last one, he claims, that he gave to me, or sold to me. Very reasonable price. So I just had to show this because art is art, man, and it's not 1/6, but like I said, it's got 2 out of the 3 to fit this video. Horror, Halloween, and then of course the honor mention of it being Jason. It's very light. It's not even like a heavy statue. And then look at the back of it. Look at the spine. Look at what he did to the back there. I mean, that is incredible. Really nice. The clothing is really nice. Got that natural fit to it. There's the shoes at the bottom. And you could display him on or off the dock. So you could keep the dock as a separate piece. If you could display him as is if you want. So one more time, I'll have you look at the back. Look at the details on the, really nice for the scale. I can't even say, I guess I would consider this 1/4, but he said it's not really a specific scale. Like it could be somewhere between 1/4, maybe 1/3, definitely a little taller with the dock. So anyway, just had to point that out. But of course, in the 1/6 world, this one is still king. All right, moving along. All right, so continuing right along, look at my little nifty picture frame for Halloween right here. Lights up. You could do a few different modes. You could do where it's on a sensor. Somebody walks by, kicks in. You could turn it on and off with like a button here. Okay. And then you could do it just light mode where it just kind of stays lit up even though it's not making the noise. Pretty cool. I got it at Walmart, I think. So kind of added it to the video here to get into the Halloween spirit. So it's pretty cool. And definitely does the job. So, as you see, I have a few more figures here that I have acquired in this past year. And, technically these two go together. Okay, and I picked these up secondhand from my buddy Chris Yeast. He did sell this. I mean, these were separate, but he sold them. He was selling both of them, and I bought them together since they obviously go together from the classic John Carpenter They Live. I'll show you the alien first here, which is really nice. This is the head and the hand set that he was told it was done by Kane. So Kane Productions, if you want to call it, or Kane, who's now making stuff for Trick or Treat Studios. So very well done by Kane. Really great job. The details are there. The color scheme, the paintwork is really nice. And then Chris put it together from there and made the body and the suit and all that, which is cool. I do want to add like the watch and stuff to it, so I'll probably drum him up a little more. But really did a good job. Chris did a good job here completing the figure based on the head sculpt. And there's the shoes and the what you call it, the suit, the shirt and the tie. Pretty cool. And you can have a lot of fun with these. I mean, if you get more head sculpts, you can definitely make different variants of him. I've seen others out there with different uniforms and stuff, so it's pretty cool. I wasn't a big collector of They Live originally, but I figured if you're gonna have one, you have to have the other. Now, of course, I'm a big fan of wrestling and Roddy Piper. This was a great movie of his. Here is the certificate. That's him wearing the shades, the infamous shades that allows him to see the people like this. So here's the certificate of authenticity for John Natta. 1/6 scale figure. There you go. Signature. It's 11. I guess number 11 of 12, and it was done on February 2022. February 22. So a lot of twos in there. 220222 from Custom Studio, and there is the signature, aka Alex. So Alex put this figure together and made this whole project happen, and it was pretty good. And I know there was a lot of variations to get the head sculpt right and to get the figure done right, and it came out pretty damn good. There you go. Pretty cool. Certificate of authenticity. So there he is, and I'll show you the sculpt with the glasses off without hopefully knocking them over. It's always hard doing this one-handed. He stands pretty good. So there is the actual head sculpt. It's pretty good. The hair is sort of real here. Okay, so a real rooted hair. Kind of goes into a ponytail back there, sort of. Well, not a ponytail, but you know what I mean. Like a mullet, I guess you could say he had for this movie. If somebody wants a Roddy Piper custom, you could certainly use this head sculpt and turn it into something like that. You just got to get the kilt and stuff in the Hot Rod shirt. The details is great. The shirt, the shotgun, the bandolier, you know, the strap there, which also comes with the nightclub right there, the Billy Club, and then gun, which is a nicely made gun that comes with the set. It's die cast, so it has like some weight to it. Nice. There's the boots, the pants, the jeans, the belt, really nicely done. And of course the infamous sunglasses, and it comes also with the boxes of sunglasses, kind of like in the movie where, you know, you had the whole bunch of them. Some of these are loose, some of them you could open them. So it's like a whole, it's kind of give the illusion that like it's a whole box full of shades here, right? So pretty cool. So nicely done. I love this movie. It is a classic, and you know, him being made kind of motivated me to get him. So what's the famous line? I came here to do two things: kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. So pretty cool there. All right, so moving on here, another custom figure I picked up also by Chris East. He was selling a few of these, and he, I think, finished the outfit himself here based on the kit he got for this. And this is a really funny and cool custom that I have here. Always wanted this one. None other than my hero, Bruce Campbell. You know, most infamously known for, you know, Ash and Evil Dead. But he did some other cool cult classics on the side, and this is one of them. Bubba Ho-Tep. Very odd movie. It's easier just to tell somebody to watch it than to explain to them what this is, because, you know, the truth of the plot of this is probably more stranger than actually watching it when you just say, well, what is he? Well, he's supposed to be Elvis, and he's supposed to be in a retirement home, and then he's fighting these demons, and in a very similar fashion to Evil Dead, right? These killer bugs and everything else, and he deals with a cursed, you know, demon, Bubba Ho-Tep, which is like basically like a mummy kind of thing. And him and then somebody else, another character in the movie, which I forgot, he was supposed to be somebody too. He thought he was JFK or something. I don't remember that plot point, but I saw the movie once a long time ago. It was hilarious. Typical, you know, Ash type film, but, you know, Bruce Campbell, I should say. And it's definitely out there, man. It's out there. And you know, he's Elvis, but he's Elvis older. And this figure is great. Done by Pete Skywalker, or Pete Walker, aka Pete Skywalker. He did this figure apparently, from what I was told. Comes with the cool shades. The shades do come off sort of like the same as John Nada, or aka Piper. You could take the sunglasses on and off, and you know, have it without. It does look like Bruce Campbell. Let me see if I can pop these off pretty easily. I don't want to. There you go. So there is. That's definitely Bruce. And the outfit's awesome with the details, the beads, all the stuff on it, the belt. Definitely is Elvis. And then he comes, the best part is the Walker. And I guess it's kind of ironic that it was done by Pete Walker. Get it? Walker? Bad joke. I'm sorry if he watches this. It comes with the wheels, very good details. Legitimately looks like a Walker that he uses in the film because, you know, he's old once again. So he, you know, he needs help getting around. But him and his counterpart there become cult action zombie killer heroes in this film, and it was really something. The cape on the outfit's really nice. The cape, you know, everything looks good. You know, again, if you were to look at him without the Walker, you would just be like, oh, is that a figure of Elvis? But no, it's not. It's Bruce Campbell, baby. Hail to the king, baby. He'll always be Ash to me, but pretty cool. So I wanted to show these three here. Definitely cool pickups, and thank you again to Chris East. He was selling some of his stuff, and I made a deal with him to pick up these three. So there you go, moving right along. All right, guys, I'm back with some more figures to show here, and this one is something I haven't tinkered with in a while, and that's the Part 3 Jason. And I've had a couple different Jason 3s through the years and different head sculpts, most of which I showed you in the past, but I've been recently getting back to tinkering and putting together some looks that I want. I mean, this is definitely the definitive Jason, right? Like the original Jason with the hockey mask. And I just wanted to say that, you know, for the rest of this vid, although I have a lot of goodies coming, and unfortunately a lot of them are not going to make it here in time for the video. We thought some would, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And so I just wanted to mention that One's Customs and Distress Labs, has some things on the way to me that I'm going to definitely show and definitely preview and do a review when it gets here. One is hard at work at finishing some stuff, and they didn't want to give me something, half done. So I want to give a shout out to One's Customs and Distress Labs and, for Paul Manzi, and just say that, I'll definitely, do a future video coming up. I'm going to do a holiday special video this year for Christmas. Why stop at Halloween, right? And, I'm going to showcase some of that stuff. So that's coming. But, I thought about it, and it gave me the opportunity, to show my stuff. And I'm like, as much as I admire all these great customizers, this video is Joebizz34. And, I've been around the block since 2009. And before that, I was always into this stuff. I used to paint model kits. I used to collect. And, through, the beginning, it was very frustrated because when I first got into this hobby, I couldn't break in and get noticed because there was always this competition or these people or collectors that had this mindset that, if you had something to offer or to sell, you'd get the attention. And there was a lot of good competition. Even back then, there was One's Customs. There was Dark Artists. There was Rain Man that was coming up strong. Beta Metalli was just getting started. And, I never really wanted to compete with any of that. I just wanted to be in the game and show my stuff and show the passion and the love for the hobby. Then as time went on, I found my niche with doing videos, reviews, collecting. I definitely still was always interested in and had a passion for collecting. And I kind of stayed in that realm. And it's been pretty good to be part of this community and contribute with these Halloween vids. But you know what? This year is about my work and my stuff. I'm getting back to my roots. I love to be creative. I love to paint. I love to dabble with sculpting. I can't sculpt as good as some, do human faces and stuff, but I could sculpt. I've done some in the past. And I could paint, and I could weather, and I could, kit bash and, all that good stuff. And I have a passion for that. And I think this year, I had a lot of trouble. I was going through some things personally, and I didn't really buy as much this year as far as high-end stuff. Although, like I said, I did recently, and it's on the way. It just didn't get here yet. But I did focus on having fun again and just forgetting my problems and sitting down and working on things and being creative, and just getting back to those old days. And I really appreciate it again. So, if you support me, if you like my videos, or if you like my work, whether it's past, present, future, whatever, then enjoy this video for who I really want to celebrate this time. The main event this year is not going to be one of the other artists. It's going to be Joebizz34. It's going to be me. And I'm going to show you my work and what I've been up to this year. And, I hope you guys appreciate it. I'm not here to compete with anybody. I'm not here to try to say that my work is more or less valuable than anybody out there. It's just me, and having fun being me and doing what I love to do. And I'm not going to apologize for that, So if my work is not your cup of tea, well, you could check out right now and go to a different video. But if you are all about supporting Joebizz34 and curious of what I've been up to, then keep this video rolling. All right. So right here we have a Jason Part 3, Friday the 13th 3D, which is obviously the definitive Jason. This is the Jason that started it all with the hockey mask. And this is definitely a kit bash and a combination of a few things here. So the base of the figure, I'll get into that in a second. There's an alternate head sculpt that is done by One's Customs. And I'll explain all that in a minute. Now, I've had a lot of these for a while, and I probably have shown these in videos in the past, but kind of revisiting this. So basically, this figure is a combination of three main things. The body is the sideshow body, along with the stand. The sideshow Friday the 13th Part 3, Jason. And the clothing is done by Beta Metalli's other half, great counterpart to his work, Lupita. And I believe this was done by her and her brother. I think her brother's tailors with her. And she had done the set, that goes with a Part 3, the undershirt, the main shirt, and the pants. And I picked up this set secondhand from my good friend Ricardo Guzman. You guys remember me showcasing his collection last year. And I put that on the body to replace the sideshow clothes, along with replacing the head sculpt with this wonderful mask and sculpt done by just recently his latest, Justin Williams, aka Oz, Justin Oz Williams, AUZ. You know him for making hockey masks both one-to-one scale, like life-size scale for people to wear, and the 1/6 game. And he has gotten better and better with his 1/6 masks as time is going on. I have a couple more on the way. I have some here I'll show today that, you know, I recently picked up from him. And his, like I said, from when he started till now, his masks just continue to get more accurate, more lifelike, just beautiful. He's definitely advancing. And this is no exception. This is his brand new part 3. The mask is very accurate to the movie, with the scratches and where the, you know, the messed up dirty parts on the nose. And he did the head too that went with it. So he's doing some sculpting and some Jason sculpts along with it. So here is his version of part 3 Jason. And this is the primary look that Jason had in 3. We all know about the Winston alternate look that was cut. And this is one that was done by One's Customs. And the head, I could interchange and put that head too if I want to go that look. And I am going to build a separate Jason 3 up for him. I have more parts and clothing and stuff that I can make that other look. I'm going to do maybe with, you know, holding the crossbow or something, not the crossbow, the spear. You know, I have that comes with this Jason in the sideshow version. And you know, like I said, you know, this one comes with this mask that goes with this that One had done. This is like an alternate look, very awesome. And you know, One's Customs always has his own stamp on things, and always looks very grimy, weathered, dirty. You know, kind of very, very cool. And although maybe not considered as screen accurate, he does put his own spin on it, and it's often very successful. So I appreciate One's Customs take on this stuff, and it's different from other people and different from Beto. This is an alternate look I'm doing right here. This is an original body and clothing that was from Beto's original set that I don't have anymore, and this was the battle damage version. This was the original head sculpt that went with that I still have. This is the Beto Motali battle damaged Jason Part 3 that came with his deluxe set back when. And this is the mask. This is the original battle damage mask that goes with that head sculpt that I still have. So really cool, and I can always switch that if I want. But the one that he's sporting right now, and this is the look where he kind of goes to the camera when he has the axe in his head that I used to have. But right now I'm just having him sport this mask because the mask is really cool, even though not accurate, because it's not damaged to go along with the bloody look. But this is a mask that was done by Kane Productions Part 3, and very nice mask. And it's funny because very good as well and accurate, but if you compare them with this and this, you know, definitely both has their own spin, but yet somehow, but they're both very nice, very close to accurate. I think this one is technically more accurate, but I really like this mask as well. So I'm gonna put this one back here. So for here we have Justin Williams' head sculpted mask. I'll leave that there, I don't want him. We have the Luz and Luz Brothers clothing and the stand from the original sideshow figure, and then the pickaxe here, the axe, or the pitchfork. I'm getting tongue twisted. I can't even say tongue twisted. That's what happens when I'm trying to talk on this video. This is the original pitchfork that came with Beto Motali's environment, the barn environment, that I still have, by the way. It's in storage right now, but I'm going to be busting that out soon when I have a new place to set everything up. And this guy will be definitely back in the barn environment with this pitchfork that belongs to that set. So I still have that set, and this pitchfork is fantastic. Let me just fix the mask on there and get it back on there. Okay, there you go. So this mask, like I said, goes with this head sculpt. This mask and alternate head that One made that I had for a while, I picked this up from a while ago, could easily be swapped out and put on this in its place if I want to go the battle damage grimy look. Same thing here. I could put it here on this one, you know, maybe go for the axe and the head look again at some point, or I can go with the original Beto Motali. So I got a lot of options here, and I have a third body and a third set of clothes. I'm gonna build up another one, like I said, and have different variants from that movie. This one, maybe the pitchfork, maybe the one where like I say, he's holding the spear gun. And then speaking of Oz, Justin Williams, here's another one that I put together. You guys have seen pictures of this recently. Now I do have the Beto Motali Jason 4 mask. Michael Magnus, shout out to him and his group 16fly. But I did ultimately end up redoing this and weathered this mask that I had also done by Oz, Jason Williams, and kind of made it more gnarly and more battle damage to fit the look. And this is also a head sculpt that was done by Oz. So like I said, he's doing a lot of good work now. He's doing his own head sculpts as well as the mask. And this is his part 4. Just the way he painted it. I didn't do a thing to this. I think I don't think I did anything actually. And then I think I just added a little more blood. I made the blood a little more deeper red there. It was a little more brighter orange originally. I've seen some people repaint this too and, you know, kind of do the eyes up in the eye socket kind of thing look. That gives him a little bit more of that dead look when he got the axe in the head, or the machete in the head, I should say. And, you know, very well done, but not bad. Let me see if I could zoom in here so that it's not blurry. I'm going to go right in there. Look at that. That is really, really cool. Really nice head sculpt. Again, you know, everybody's got their own different spin on things. And I've seen One's Customs version. I've seen, obviously, you know, I had Beta Motali's Part 4 at one point, which is fantastic. So a lot of good options out there. And again, this is the mask that I, you know, use. And I do have another mask coming from Oz that's going to be the alternate look, the one that still has the stripes there. This is the one that was primarily like the hero mask, I guess, so the one that was mostly used where the stripings were gone, except for like a half here. But I repainted this myself and just kind of made it more battle damage and weathered than it originally was. Not bad. I think I did a pretty good job on it. He's got his little signature on the back here, as you could see. He does this. He signs his mask. So if you could see right there, it says Oz in there, so you know it's original. And I'm very proud of this this kit bash. The clothing and stuff I got from eBay. I found this shirt. Let me zoom out here. Let me just pause it for 1 second, see if I can make them stand right again. Okay, we're back. So here it is with the mask back on. And like I said, I got this shirt that, you know, somebody said was a Part 4 shirt. And I don't know who made this shirt, but it fits the bill, and I weathered it and kind of made it puffed. I kind of like padded his belly a bit and his body to give him a little bit more of that heavier look. And then what I did do here, which is I'm proud of, I used a vampire hand that I believe goes with the Lost Boys, David, and you know, I just had an extra hand that I got off eBay with the nails, so he's got the, you know, the weathered and the long black nail look that he had in the Part 4 movie. And then I have the fisted hand here where he's holding this machete, and this machete, once again, shout out to Chris Yeast, who made this weapon. He makes awesome weapons, and I hope he continues to do so in the future. I hope he gets back into it, because his weapons are bar none, I gotta tell you. So shoes and everything else, these are shoes. This came from, I believe these were originally Freddy shoes that I, you know, reworked a bit and repainted, and from the Sideshow Freddy. The newer Sideshow Freddy Part 3, not the old Sideshow figure, I mean. The one that was out a couple years ago, that came out when the Sideshow Jason came out. So there you go. I've been having a lot more fun. I always loved Jason. Jason, for some reason, although it wasn't always my favorite horror character in the movies, that goes easily to Michael Myers, but I always have fun doing Jason customs. I just feel like there's so many different looks and so many different variants and so much fun. You know, every sequel he looked different, you know, so it's just, I just never get tired of doing Jason, whether I'm collecting them or whether I'm making them myself, you know. So really fun. So I'm going to continue down this road and kind of do some more, but I really like this, the way this one came out. This Part 3 Sideshow Jason that was converted with a custom head and mask by Oz, and then the clothing done by Lupita, and then everything else, you know, it has a Beta Motali touch to it now, right? And it really is very accurate and nice looking. The body, I fattened up the body a little bit there too. All right, guys, moving on. Okay, so having a little more fun, I also wanted to show this guy again. Now, I've shown this guy, I think 2 years ago in my Halloween video that I got. This was a crossover between One's Customs head sculpt and mask with David Tucker, CC Creations, doing the body with the flare, the jumpsuit, everything. But I did, once again, change up and upgrade the mask to another Justin Williams Oz mask. This is a Part 5 version, and it's really nice. And although the head sculpt and the paintwork goes all credit to One's Customs. And his mask was great too. No, not taking it away. But again, I upgraded it to an Oz mask. And if you see, just like typical fashion, once again, he signed it in there that you could see. Get in there closer. So that's his signature there. So like I said, he does that with all the masks he makes. All right. And this is a really nice Part 5 mask. And obviously the main thing is the blue striping versus the red striping. So just wanted to show that real quick. Now, as you guys saw earlier in the video, I have gotten the new updated Part 1 Beta Motali sweater, also done by Lou. And I had this alternate Part 1 Freddy head sculpt. I don't even know who made this one, to be honest with you. I touched it up a bit, improved the paintwork a little bit. I got it off eBay a long time ago, and I had the Dan Castro Part 1 sweater that I still really love, even though I did replace my Part 1 with Beto's sweater since it's a complete figure. But I had a little fun with this one, and I did the scene where he cuts his fingers off with the green ooze coming out, like the green fluid or blood, whatever it was supposed to be. So basically, I kind of made that there, and then kind of glued the tips of the fingers cutting off. So I'm kind of simulating when he cut him off and they shot off his hand, and with the blood or the green blood squirting out like that, right? And I got this mask, not this mask, sorry, I got this glove off of eBay, really nice, well done glove with real metal parts there and metal blades. I don't know for sure who made this. I always like to give credit, but I got it off eBay. I don't remember who it was or if they were the ones that made it, but it's a really nice glove. And then I just kind of put the rest of the figure together. I had an extra Nightmare on Elm Street stand, the shoes, just used shoes that I had, the black pants. So really nice. This hat, I believe, is an extra Beetle Matali original hat that I had. So I'm using that, and there he is. And I kind of painted it. Like I said, I darkened it, made the little burn marks and weather damage around his head, near the ear and stuff. It's not a bad head sculpt. I just don't know. I don't know if this is a One's Customs head. I don't know. I wish I did, believe me. But I bought it. It was already kind of painted, and I just kind of touched it up and repainted it myself. And it looks pretty good. I mean, it definitely fits the bill. It's definitely Part 1, and allowed me to do kind of this fun alternate look with some extra parts that I have. So that's my newer Freddy Part 1 cutting his fingers off look. So kind of creepy scene. That was a cool scene. Anyway, moving on. All right, guys, back again. Not exactly 1/6 related, but definitely horror related. I always like to show some extra stuff, but check this out. So just get my camera angles going on here. Okay, anyway, so basically this is Sam Trick or Treat statue that I guess is sort of like in 1/6 scale, but it's more like a statue, and they have him at Spirit Halloween right now, which is really cool. And just wanted to show it, and it's great for Halloween. And if you want something that fits in your DTOF and you don't have a Sam figure, now I know that Trick or Treat Sam's coming out, which is good. Now if you put I guess a 1/6 figure there, kind of works, right? I would say. Look at that. So it kind of works, but just wanted to show a nice cool thing. And what you saw right before this, I have also from Spirit Halloween. They had some really cool stuff this year. The Halloween, the Michael Myers bust with the pumpkin, the light up pumpkin, and that was really cool. And I showed that. Looks great in the dark. Took some good pictures of that. Has this little light up lantern. So it's really cool. So if you have a Spirit Halloween near you, and if you like Trick or Treat Sam and you want just like a little extra something for Halloween, this is really cool. I mean, by the time you see this video, it might be, maybe if they still have any in the store, it'll be half off, because Halloween is approaching its end this Monday. And I wanted to also show you guys this real quick for Hellraiser fans. Once again, more of a prop, not 1/6, but I got this case that kind of simulates the case that Dr. Chenard kept them in various times we saw in the movies. The replica of the puzzle box from Hellraiser. This thing is awesome. This was also done by Trick or Treat Studios. You know, they have that awesome Chucky doll, and they do other life-size props. So, you know, for Halloween, had to show this. But look at the detail here. The lighter color brown against the gold here, but then the dark black against the gold there. They have, like, on each side, it's more like a wood brown color, right? But then on the opposite sides where you try to solve the puzzle, it's got the black and the gold. So they got the color scheme right. It really looks nice. As far as the new Hellraiser movie, I didn't like it. It's cool for what it is, but I don't know. They should have just made them new characters instead of trying to recreate the Cenobites and make a female Pinhead. I don't have any problems with female Cenobites. They've had them before. It's just, you know, when I think of Pinhead, I think of Doug Bradley. I can't help it. I mean, if they made a new, if they rebooted Halloween again and made a new Michelle Myers instead of Michael Myers, I just don't see that going over well. You know, just make a new character. So, speaking of Halloween, I did want to speak to that real quick. By the time you guys watch my Halloween video here, I'm assuming this is where the switch is, by the way, back down here. I'm going to shut that lamp off so I don't waste the battery. If you've seen the new Halloween by now, Halloween Ends, I would imagine that you have your opinions already, and I'm going to just quickly give a quick movie review. And as far as Halloween Ends, worst Halloween movie ever. I don't know what the hell they would think of with that thing. I'm sorry. I just don't understand where that went more south than the new Star Wars movies. Sorry. By the time we got to episode 9 in Star Wars, everybody was disgusted, and I feel that's what happened with the same trilogy. Like, Halloween 2018 was really good. Kills was okay, just a little flaky, just not as good, although I still appreciated it. And Halloween Ends, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I'd rather watch a sequel to Season of the Witch than that movie again. I'd rather it have nothing to do with Myers than whatever the hell that was. Sorry, but no. Anyway, speaking of Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills, I do have a Myers custom that I finished, and I'll show that next. All right, guys, so I'm back, and this is the recent Halloween Kills custom that I've been working on at Kit Bash. And to be honest with you, you can go either way with this one. I mean, I guess you could say this is Halloween Ends. I mean, he didn't look that much different. But this was made by Ryan Harper. This is one of his sculpts that I picked up off a seller that was selling it, and did a really good job with this one, making it the newer version look, but then at the same time burnt after he came out of the fire. So I went extreme with this one because this one was not painted by me, and it was painted very charred on the side here, like he just came out of the fire. So I kind of went with that and kind of did the burn look, and I actually burned this coveralls. These coveralls are from Trick or Treat Studios, the 78 Myers, the original blue ones that came with the original figure. I had swapped that out with the Yunsil ones anyway and kind of reworked that whole figure. So I used these and I burned them up and weathered them to kind of have that charred after fire look, you know, when he took out the fireman, and he's got his weapon here, his sporting the you know, this fireman's tool crowbar weapon that he used in the film. It's not 100% accurate, but it was as close as I could get for now. And I kind of weathered it and repainted it to kind of give it a more realistic metal look versus the kind of like a plastic-y look it had. So it fits the bill for now. I just wanted to do something different other than the traditional weapons that you would normally see Myers hold. You know, it's something unique and kind of represents when he came out of the fire in the beginning of Halloween Kills. The paintwork and the herring, everything is really nice on this head sculpt. Once again, Ryan Harper. He did a great job. I have a Halloween 2, original Halloween 281 head sculpt he's working on that looks fantastic. I can't wait to get that in hand that I have pre-ordered with him. And I hope that comes out as good as the proto pics look, because the promo pics looks really nice for that head sculpt. But he did a great job with this, and he just did the head, you know, it was just a head sculpt. I put the rest of the figure together. And the one modification I made to be accurate was I ripped off the pockets flap here and put it there. Because in Halloween 2018 and onward, the pocket flap was swapped from the original 70 outfit to the newer one. Why, I don't know. I guess it's just the one they chose to use. But with the damage and the burn marks and the weathering, you know, the damage fits right in. You wouldn't even really give it notice other than the fact that I just told you guys. So, like I said, wanted to go with that burned look that, you know, he just came out of the fire. I kind of worked the back of it too. I think it came out pretty good. And then I took a regular hand, and worked it so that it has the missing fingers, you know, kind of bloodied that up a bit. So kind of wanted to make that look kind of weathered and charred, basically. You know, like I said, he just came out of the fire, so pretty cool. I have something else in mind for him that I didn't get around doing yet that I'm going to attempt to do. And I will show this figure again at some point if I do, maybe by my Christmas holiday special video that I promised, if it comes to fruition. So I'll let you guys know. But for now, this is what it is. All right, this is the figure as is for now. But I have something special I want to do to it that I'm not going to say nothing. First, I'm going to see if I can pull it off. And I was inspired by somebody else, and I'll tell you all that once I do it, if I do it. And then right here, my reworked bloody version of the Terrifier, Art the Clown from Trick or Treat Studios. And, you know, it is a nice figure. It's a simple enough figure. Although I think the regular figure kind of is more out of the box ready. I know some people have repainted that too. And by the way, I do have that figure. I have both this one and the regular one. But what fun is the regular one? I wanted to show off the bloody one. That's the one that you can have a little more artistic license with and have fun with. So I definitely went ham and bloodied him up more and reworked his mouth, teeth, everything. Kind of just wanted to add a little more realism to the blood instead of it looking like it was just kind of printed on there, you know. And the outfit is great. The body's great. Everything kind of fits the bill. Added blood to his shoes. And again, I just wanted to kind of make it more bloody and more gruesome. And I've seen a lot of people do this, and they all do a wonderful job. And I'm not saying mine is any better or worse than any of them, but it's definitely, I think, better now after I reworked it a bit than it was out of the box. And it looks a little more gruesome, a little more realistic, you know. And I may get inspired to do more stuff to it, but I do like the way it came out. It's got that wet, I did that glossy wet look to make the blood look more fresh. And again, to look more like it's actually dripping on the outfit instead of printed. So, you know, I worked on that, kind of added to the back as well there, as you could see. But again, you know, it's a really nice figure. And again, I think the normal version is definitely more display ready. Like, you could take the normal version out. He's more clean, although they do have like a little spots of blood on that one, which I don't understand. I know some people repaint that one to kind of make them look completely clean, because if you have the bloody one, why do you need some blood on the normal one? But overall, I think Trick or Treat Studios did a great job with this figure. The body type, the details, you know, everything kind of works on this one. You know, again, it's just more just kind of having fun with it and just adding a little more realism to it. But especially the bloody one. I think the bloody one needs a little more customizing and rework than the normal one. And then, of course, I made his made a customized garbage bag that he always carries around with him that I have with it. I actually made one before this I'd originally shown, but I did give that away to somebody. So kind of remade a new one real quick. I might make even a better one, or maybe just add some blood effects to that too, so it looks like there's body parts in there or whatever he has. Okay, so there you go. The Terrorizer. I have not seen the sequel yet. I heard it's really good and gruesome. So I'll give you guys my thoughts on that when I finally do get around to that one. All right, moving on. All right, guys, I'm back again. I'm really excited to show this one. This was one I was really kind of stoked about and proud of. I always wanted a really nice custom of him from Mad Max, right? This is Immortan Joe, and such a cool custom with a lot of details, or you know, customs figures. They have a commercially released one now that I'll get into, which is kind of this one, sort of. And I just love the details and all the stuff going on there with the medals, the chains, the belt, you know, the guns, everything. Everything is just so like detailed that it really makes a fascinating custom. And here's the boots and the stand. So basically I had a custom one, which is primarily this one. And then I bought the commercially released one that just came out, you know, not that long ago. And, you know, I had things about this one I didn't like, and I had things about the commercial release one I didn't like, especially the body type. He was too thin, I felt. So what I ended up doing was I ended up ripping apart both figures, and I made one, I feel, awesome, you know, custom kit bash out of it. So basically, you know, the head sculpt, the hair, the head is the commercially released one, but then I replaced it with the Actually, he's got some hair covering on his, you can see that. And by the way, guys, in the beginning, my Undertaker figure, which I am going to show, I had just finished hairing him when I filmed the beginning spot. And you could see hairs like kind of like all over the place on him. So that wasn't like dog hair or anything. That was actually hair coming from his head because I had just finished hairing his head. So there was some hair on his hat and on his coat and everything, but I'll get into that when I show that figure. So you know, looking back now, sometimes you can't see things in the video until you look back and you're like, oh crap, look at that. You know, and the quality of this video is so good now that you kind of pick up on a lot of, the camera picks up a lot of details that you don't see with the naked eye. So yeah, so that was why there was hair on his hat and coat and stuff, but that was actually his hair that was coming from the head, you know, some loose strands or ones that, you know, didn't catch on the glue and what have you. So same thing here. This hair is glued on. This is commercially released. This is all there. It's a little crazy and all over the place. I'm probably going to wet it down and kind of style a little better. But this is his head sculpt. And then this is the mouthpiece, the plate, the mouth plate and the tubes and everything are a mix of, excuse me, sorry, his weapon fell off for a minute. But they're a mix of the custom and the commercially. So the plate of the teeth and all that is from the custom, but the tubes I actually liked better from the commercially released one. So I cut the tubes off and incorporated onto this one. The metals and the chest plate and everything are a mix of the custom and the commercially released one. The body is from the custom, which the body is a lot better because the body is fat and it's big and it's like bigger than life, and that's what I liked about it. The backpack, this back breathing apparatus thing here, this one is material and cloth from the custom. So I use this as opposed to the hard piece plastic one that he came with. And I did put a little more details and metals on there. And I went a little nuts. I added a little more than I think he's supposed to have, but I don't really care. The wristbands that had details I cut and resized to fit on this. The hands, the belt and the gun. These are, I believe, the one belt is from the commercially released one, but the belts and the straps and this plate are the custom one. So same thing with the boots. The boots are the custom. The custom shoes and feet are from, you know, right here, and all the detail on it is from the custom figure I had. The pants and the inner skirt is the custom. The outer skirt I added from the commercially released one. And the stand obviously is the, you know, from the commercially released figure. So it's definitely a blend between the two. So moving down here, as you can see, this weapon here is the custom one that I have that was a little longer than the one that came with the box. So, and this mouthpiece, the nice thing about this mouthpiece is that it can open. So you could do the open roaring mouth look. And of course, if you remove it, there you see his tongue and the under details of the sculpt that came with the figure. So overall, very happy with this. And now I feel like overall he's a complete, you know, he's a complete custom figure. He's a complete hybrid that's mixed of both the custom and the commercially released one. All right, it's always hard to do this one-handed, as you can see. But anyway, I'll fix that later. Get that tube back on. There you go. Okay, there you go. There you go. So, Immortan Joe, definitely, and he's a heavy figure. I have to watch because the metal parts, the heavy body, everything that's on it, you know, he will, if you move him too much, he'll tip off the stand, even though the stand is secure. All right, now another thing I wanted to show right here is Michael Myers from Part 5. So I reviewed this figure out of the box for Trick or Treat Studios, but I said that I was going to customize it a while ago so that he could hold Tennille's brilliant scythe, Grim Reaper sickle, if you want to say. And this thing is massive, just like in Part 5. So I did replace the body. I want to still weather the outfit. I haven't gotten around to weathering the outfit yet, per se. So let me just do this and move in here closer. So definitely going to continue to work on him. But the body is a little fatter. Everything else is pretty much still Trick or Treat as far as the outfit, the undershirt. The hands I replaced with hands that could hold the sickle better. Okay, and then what I've begun to do is I did rework the mask. I put it on a different body. I did rework the mask a bit so that, sorry, I'm trying to mess with the zoom settings here. so that, you know, I'm putting real, if you see, I'm working real hair on there, and I did repaint the mask a little bit. I didn't like out of the box completely, so I definitely, this zoom is not working with, is not cooperating right now. I don't know why, but anyway, so you can see there I remasked. I wanted to work the eyebrows a little bit, and kind of, it's hard to see on camera, but I did weather the mask a little bit more, and kind of, I feel, made it a little more accurate to the screen. But he looks great, and the nice thing about it is that he looks massive with this weapon that he's holding, and it's definitely more of a showstopper, you know, than it was originally. So you got to have this weapon with him, man, if you're gonna have a Part 5 Myers. Tanila, like I said, I think it's her husband that makes these weapons, and she, you know, they definitely went above and beyond with this one. So really nice. Okay, so just wanted to show you guys that real quick. Just wanted to show you guys too something else I was tinkering with this year was some Superman Christopher Reeve customs. And I took the original Hot Toys figure and kind of reworked it a bit, and then did a complete custom Christopher Reeve Superman. This is the transitional one where he's going from Clark Kent to Superman. Okay, with his stand. And then I have this one here, which I made a full-on Clark Kent. It's pretty cool. I love the 78 Reeves Superman, to be honest with you. The hat, the glasses. The glasses is done from Full Metal. So really nice there. See if I can get in there without it getting blurry. Okay. And for this one, if you take the hat off, I don't want to take it off right now, but they actually, you know, this one was made, I guess, without the curl. So it actually is truly like a Clark Kent sculpt. But I have the hat on there really tight right now, so I don't want to mess with it. And then Superman, and got this sculpt off of eBay, which is similar, but yet I think slightly different to the Hot Toys one. It's got a little more of a stoic look to it, which I like. And this is the Superman suit that Unsel made, which is awesome. Definitely put it on a bigger body, so he's more muscular. I feel like he's got more. There's Lando back there, you know, making a cameo, saying hello. But it's a really, you know, I'm really happy with the way it came out, and I did customize the hands so that, as you can see here, so he's holding his. He has a unique way of holding his fist. I kind of rigged the hands to kind of have those type of fists. So I'm really happy, and he's got a better body. You know, like he looks more like that Christopher Reeve, you know, kind of taller, boxier body than originally. So overall, pretty good. All right, so I just wanted to show this, and I'm kind of doing some non-horror stuff now, which is fine. It's still 1/6, right? And Halloween, you can wear any costume you want. So we got the dudes, right? This is an awesome trio that I put together here. So starting with this one, this is the out of the box, you know, from Sideshow, which, by the way, I think they did a great job. I really do. I really like the dude out of the box, the clothing, the look. It's not the preferred outfit I wish they went with by default, but that's okay, because as you see, I fixed that over here. And the stand that has the look of the carpet on there, the bowling ball bag. I have him sporting the bowling ball. He's holding his sunglasses here with sort of like the non-sunglass look, right? And the white t-shirt, the sweater, which is obviously, you know, what he's most known for, no matter what outfit he had on for the rest of it. And then, of course, there's the clear kind of sneakers or slippers, sandals with the clear. So very, very well done. It was an interesting choice. I guess they wanted to be, they didn't want to outright copy all the customs out there and the one that Rain Man did. So they decided to kind of go with a different, you know, a different variant outfit to kind of still be unique. But the head sculpt is really nice. He's got that subtle smile there. The hair is nice. It's got the darker to the lighter transition. Really nice. So what I did from there is I did have a Rain Man sculpt that I kind of repainted myself. Yes, I said it. I repainted it. It was one of the. It wasn't done by Rain Man directly. It was his other painter, which used to do some of the paintworks when you got the head sculpt only. And I wanted to lighten his hair a bit and go the lighter look. And looking at it now, I do like the more the darker to the lighter, which I think is more accurate. So I may touch this up again, but I did that. And then this one is sporting, this is the original Rain Man sculpt, and the older one. And he's sporting, once again, Full Metal dude sunglasses there that he made for that figure. So really nice. And it gives it a different look. And then I got the you know, this shirt is still a Sideshow dude shirt. Got the shorts and the sweater. slippers from a guy on eBay. The slippers. So this is his robe look that he had, and of course he's sporting one of his White Russian drinks, right? And then he's kind of feeling good right there. He's getting high. He's got a joint. That does come as the bonus accessory with the exclusive version of this one. And then finally, which we had to have this version. Thank you again. Shout out to Magnus. He sold me some extra parts that he had from his dude. So I was able to pick up a second head sculpt with the same sunglasses that come with the Sideshow one that he's sporting there, he's holding. So these are those. And this one, he's wearing those sunglasses with the semi-smile pose, the same as this one. So these are both Sideshow head sculpts. And, you know, I dyed the shirt purple. That was the white one that these two both have as well. Dyed that one purple, same sweater. Got the pants. I picked this up from a guy on eBay that's selling the outfit just like he's selling this outfit. So I got this stuff and I got this off of eBay. Same stand. And then I got the shoes that were originally done by Doggy Doc, Andy. So he made the accurate shoes that go really nicely with this. It comes with the box that says Abide, which in its own right is a nice prop. And so there you have it. So this is like the most, I mean, obviously this is the most popular and traditional look you can have, you know, for the dude. And that's his most popular outfit. And that's pretty much the outfit that most customizers, you know, used and went off of when they made their version, including Rain Man, you know, no exception. So there you go. So now I'm really happy. I have all three of them, the three main looks, I guess. You know, this one, not as much. I mean, these two I think are more basically classic and more popular, I would say, more iconic, I guess is the right word to say. So, but there you have it, guys. So the dude, all right? The dude abides. You guys see right there real quick, Iron Man's making a cameo back there. That's my endgame Iron Man. And he's been kind of watching this video as I've been doing it here. So just wanted to give him a shout out. Shout out to Tony Stark. Rest in peace. You know, and also just wanted to give a shout out to that Iron Man, I have a adapter for it, so it lights up with plugging it in. You put those in place of the batteries, and it lights up just with the converter box, which is really nice. So since you guys are seeing him sitting there, I figured I'd mention that. But once again, here's my dude trio right there. All right, guys, be right back with more stuff. All right, guys. Well, now finally back to judging somebody else's work or reviewing somebody else's work and showcasing. It's definitely not, once again, horror. But again, Halloween is about all characters in movies and being able to be those characters, right? So it's 1/6. It could be a Halloween costume, so it's relevant. And then I'm going to wrap it up with my final two figures that I worked on after this that I want to kind of save for my personal main event. But this I just recently got, and this is one of the few that I did have on pre-order that did make it in time so I could show it in the Halloween vid. And I have to say, I'm highly impressed with this head sculpt, with this figure. Now, you guys know, and if you heard me on Joe Bratton's podcast way back when, I always said that the most influential and groundbreaking custom that I think ever was the original Willy Wonka, especially the DX that came with the Oompa, that was done by Rain Man all those years ago. And I still appreciate that figure, and I still have that figure, by the way. Now, as far as a current version, and as far as being more accurate, does this beat it? Well, hell yeah. I mean, 100%. The hat is great. The hair, the likeness to Gene Wilder is there. You know, if you remember Rain Man's, and I still have it, so it's not hard for me to remember, his face is more doll-like. And that was Rain Man's style, right? So this is definitely more realistic. The outfit is done great. This is done by Danny Kim, a.k.a. I'm Enemy, or I guess now Colt King. And him and his team put together this outfit. And it came out great. Now, I do have it mixed with some of Rain Man's stuff here, along with some upgrades that were done by Michael Garver back when, where he kind of did an accessory pack, like the, as you had the candy, the gobstopper right there, and the golden egg, which is not part of this set. This set came with the stand, the figure, the cane, although this is not the cane that came with it. I have to admit, the cane that came with it was a little flimsy, and the handle kind of popped off of it, so I have to fix it. So this cane is the upgraded cane, again, that came with Michael's set that I'm using with Willy Wonka. The cane that came with this one is nice, but you got to be careful. It's a little weak. And this one comes with the candy bar, the Wonka candy bar right here, which is what he's holding. And the vest, the bow tie, the outfit, everything is great. The coat is nice. The coat really drapes and hangs naturally. It's definitely a superior, upgrade to the old Rain Man. And I don't mean to compare it just to Rain Man. I mean, there was others that were done. But I mean, let's face it, Rain Man was the most prominent one that was made, right, up until now. So this is definitely, look at the hair, the way the hair is, and you can kind of futz it if you want it to flare out more or be closer. And even when you take the hat off, very Gene Wilder-ish. I mean, heck, if you want to use that head sculpt and make a young Frankenstein sculpt, you could too, or use it for a young Frankenstein kit bash, I should say. I mean, the likeness is there. I mean, this is definitely an awesome figure. Now, the negatives, again, the cane that came with it is a little flimsy. So he's using, like I said, this one for now. Now here's the Oompa that came with this set. Now, as you know, the Oompa was very hard to come by with the old Rain Man set. You had to have the DX. And that was more like a statue. And it was a very nice, well done accessory that was very sought after. I had it myself once. I have Wonka, but I don't have the original Oompa with it anymore. I had this Oompa that I had Creep Customs make. A shout out to him, and he did a fantastic job with it, actually. And it's kind of like a figure that is kind of flexible. It's like a bendy, so you can bend them and pose them. But that's pretty much what I keep him in. And he's holding right now the Wonka bar that came with the original Rain Man set. Okay, the full set. So this is the new Oompa that comes with the outfit, and the outfit's very nice. And it is cloth. It is clothing. It's not just a statue. Okay, and the arms are magnetized to stay on the body, and the head is magnetized. Comes with the hat if you want to put the hat on. I did put the hat on. I don't really like the hat, but it's kind of cool because I have this one too that's adding on to it. So together as a set, they kind of look cool together, even though there is, differences with the Oompa. And the face and the sculpt is great here, and the outfit's great. Now, where it fails is the shoes. The shoes are great, but the feet are loose, and it kind of is flimsy, and you have to play around with it. Now, I found the sweet spot. I found that if you turn the shoes outward from each other, which is how they say a human should stand anyway, right? They said a body, normally the feet face outward. He actually does stand. So I'm okay. He's not even on he doesn't have any support right now. He's standing on his own. Now, would I trust leaving him like this long term? No. I'll probably do something to maybe make these fit the legs tighter. I just feel like this set is basically a home run, but an inside the park home run, if that makes sense. Not over the wall home run. What would have made it a grand slam home run would have been if he did kind of finish off the Oompa properly where it was more sturdy. I don't know why he just didn't complete that. I get it. I get that the way he put it together. I feel like, he should have conquered the feet and had it more sturdy, especially with the extra time we all waited. He collected our money and said that the figure was going to be ready, I think, a while ago, like last fall. And then we ended up waiting almost another year for it, with him having the payment in full. I would have appreciated if the Oompa was made a little more sturdy, considering the fact that this is a complete finished set and it should feel that way. Okay, so that is my negative. Other than that, it is a great set. It is basically, like I said, an inside the park home run. It's very nice. It itself should become a classic and probably sought after, but there are some missteps. Okay, the other thing I did add here from the Rain Man set is the golden ticket, which he did not give with this set. So I feel like the three big negatives here is the Oompa should have been made better and sturdier. The cane should have been made more quality like this one. The cane is nice, but it's very flimsy. And I think it would have been nice for the money if it would have came with a couple more accessories other than the chocolate bar. The way you have these other things that came with other sets in the past, Rain Man, Michael Garver, so on, I think should have been included. He should have included a golden ticket. He should have included, the gobstopper, just different things. Maybe even the golden egg, something. I know he probably wasn't trying to be a direct copy of what came in the past, so I get it. Now, he does give these nice pictures inserts with the figure. So here's a photograph. Okay. In that picture, the hair is a little more flared out. The hat's a little more tilted. And, with the nice thing about the head sculpt is you could tilt the head any way. You can go this way, you can go that way, You know, you could do a straight on, whatever you feel looks the most accurate, or you could do no hat at all, which surprisingly looks really nice for this figure because the hair and the head is so good that, you know, being hatless works too. And then here's the cert, okay, the authentication certification. And it does say Colt King, right? And this one is what? I didn't even notice the number. This is, oh, 3 of 30. So there you go, pretty low. So that's cool. And I want to say, I don't want to misunderstand here. I'm not saying the figure's not, oh, this is 3 of 10. So the Wonka, the DX full set, and the Oompa that comes with the Wonka, right? There it is, Oompa Loompa. They both match up to 3 out of 30. So I have 3 out of 30 for both. And he gave a picture of the Oompa as well, okay? So again, you know, from a 1 to 10, I would give it an 8, but I would have gave this thing 11 if, you know, sturdier cane, couple more accessories for the money, and a complete Oompa that stands. Now, again, you can argue that, hey, Ron, he is standing, it's fine, but the feet are very loose. And I've seen people put them on display stands and what have you. And again, it's not the end of the world. I do think it's a success. And I don't think it ultimately, it's not a deal breaker, okay? It's just, given the quality of this, I feel like he got right to the finish line and then he kind of just rushed it over to get it out. And I understand he knows people were waiting and everything else, but really should have done something about those feet. But other than that, it's a great set. I definitely do think, as far as the accuracy and the overall look of him, it does dethrone Rain Man's. But Rain Man's will always have a nice place in my heart. I talked to a couple other friends. You know, there are little details that maybe some said they liked the vest better on the Rain Man one, you know, than some like this one. I do think the fit and the way the clothing naturally hangs is better on this one. So overall, great success. I'm very happy to have it, you know, and I will display it proudly. Again, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like I said, I give it an 8 out of 10, and I'm telling you right now, I would have scored it perfect with a couple minor details that, if was dealt with, probably would have put this thing over the top. Okay, but there you go, guys. There is my Willy Wonka, and you know, like I said, I have my Oompa from that I was using with my old Rain Man one, so he's joining the fun here and kind of making it look more, you know, there were more than one Oompas, right? So why not? The one thing about this one is that this one had real hair that Creep Customs did, and he really did a great job with it. You know, if he was in a little more of in scale proportion than this one, you know, these two could kind of be interchangeable, but this one does come off a little out of scale from this one, so you could definitely tell that two different people made it. But overall, on a display, it's really nice, and I'm going to keep both of them together with him. And, you know, someday for the respect of the history, I probably will have Rain Man's Wonka alongside him in a different pose or something, because to be honest with you, to me, that always will hold a special place in many of our hearts in the hobby, because that really was probably the most talked about, most successful, and most groundbreaking figure to ever be made, is in my opinion. And I'm happy to see this new version. I really am. And kudos to Danny Kim and Colt King. Despite some of the, like I said, the nitpicks I mentioned, you know, ultimately it's a success, and I'm happy to have them. And if you guys are a Wonka fan, or if you like the old one or are looking to get this one, I definitely think that, despite some of minor shortcomings, I definitely think it's worth the chase. Let's put it that way. All right, guys. All right, I'm going to be back with my final 2 customs I want to show to wrap this video up. All right, guys. So I definitely sought after this one and finally got it. Custom Creepy Dioramas. Now, we all know this is people that are affiliated and related to Beta Mortali and Lupita, and they do some dioramas and stuff and accessories for it. And look at this fragile. I love the box with this. It's a nice touch. Okay. Check it out. The pillow that came in here for the coffin. This is for the coffin, by the way. Certificate of authenticity. Right here. Got this off my secondhand from my buddy JD. Thank you again. Shout out to him. He was selling this and I picked this up. And, you know, he sold it for a really fair price, considering. And there it is, my friends. Look at that, the coffin. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to take this out. Be right back. All right, guys. Check this bad boy out. Now, you guys know I have a couple of Jason Lives figures, some 1/6 customs. One that John M. Carr, I still have his, shout out to him, and I have my custom Kit Bash one that I put together, once again using Justin Williams Oz's mask. And just to show you guys, they are still sitting right here. There you go. All right. Wanted to also show again, while we're at it, I'm very happy. I'm very proud of this custom, and I had shown it once before. I'm going to bring him over here. He can visit the coffin, okay? This is a reworked Leatherface, Pretty Woman Leatherface that was done by Sideshow, and I reworked the body. I showed this once before, but I never really did my own review vid of it, or really, showcased it. And I'm very proud of this. I weathered him up, changed out the body, fattened him up a bit, reworked the mask, and weathered the jacket and stuff. Gave it more of that dusty weather look. Repaint the chainsaw to kind of have more of the greenish look, although it always shows more yellow on camera. But trust me, it does have that more lime green look now. And the shirt, the tie. Some people have told me to shorten the tie, which I probably will get around to doing, but I'm okay with it for now. And I repainted the mask to kind of have more of that ghostly white kind of powdered look, and added real hair to the top. Okay, and I'm really happy with the result of him. And I did add the little bruised by his leg where he accidentally puts the chainsaw in. And although I picked him up quick, so he does stand on his own, but I picked him up fast, so of course I'm holding him now so he doesn't fall over. But just wanted to show this again real quick. I'm really, 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 really stoked with how this one came out, I made sure to do the back as well. There's the bracelet that came with it, that Sideshow. So, and again, I feel like I added some more realism to it, which I'm very happy with. So just wanted to show you guys that I forgot to add this to my list here of things to show. And there's my Jason 6s, which was the main thing that I wanted to show. There's the other version that comes with the set. I made that into a full figure too, the grandma mask version, and so on. Haven't shown this in a while, but this is, I still have Once Customs Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Very rare figure. I think that's the only one he's ever made, actually. So, and then, you've seen these before. No sense focusing on that again, but you've seen it. Part 2 Freddy I'm working on. I got a few variant looks for that one as well. That's a head sculpt that somebody made, almost like a mini bust that I converted into a head to fit on the body. So I'm putting that together. My custom long arm Freddy. You guys have seen that Leatherface that was commercially released. Cutotopia. So again, just wanted to show that. But getting back to this one here, the Jason Coffin, I did do a special something. Now I have the old Jason Lives Sideshow figure that really doesn't have much use, but I popped the head off of that one, added one of the extra cane Jason 6 heads that I have. And by the way, this is the stand that goes with it. Jason Lives. It's hard to tell, but it does say Friday the 13th Jason Lives on it. And you're supposed to place it under there. Put that to the side. I kind of like the coffin to lay flat. The detail on this thing is amazing. And the weathering, the quality is just bar none. I mean, it's just amazing. The rust and the dirt and everything on there. Look at that. It's incredible. Let's open this guy up and let's see what I did inside. Oh, snap. What did I do here? Now, we all know that Beta Metalli had offered this as an add-on for a deluxe edition, right? So I took the Sideshow Jason and I kind of made my own corpse, Jason corpse in there. And that's a cane sculpt that replaces the Sideshow one, obviously unmasked. Everything else is the original Sideshow, and perfect prop. And I got that Halloween spider web to put in here. I added in there, and there you go, guys. I put some thought into this one. I really am proud of this one. Look at that. Trying to get out of the way of the lighting so you guys can see the lighting better. My own shadow is getting in the way there, but see if I can. There you go. Look at that. That is so cool. I love the effect. And, I didn't have the opportunity to get the Beta Metalli one, and I know his stuff is expensive and rare, but I'm very lucky to get the coffin. The pillow is there. The pillow is in there that he's resting on. And I'm so stoked for this. I'm so happy with the way it came out. And again, this is about, me doing this, not paying somebody else to do it. So got the coffin. Coffin is classic. best 1/6 scale horror coffin ever made, I would say. Jason Lives, kudos to Beta Motali's cousins or his co-workers there that made this. And this is definitely something that's sawed off. Now, speaking of coffins, that can work right in to my final, because technically this would work for my final figure I'm showing here, which I started the vid with, and now I'm going to end the vid with, The Undertaker. And what better figure to pose and display with a coffin than him? Rest in peace, right? So this is a custom I'm very proud of, or kit bash, whatever you want to say. The clothing went to was made by Unleashed Viper Customs. Very well done. The hands and the head, the hat, I found on eBay, and along with the urn, okay, that comes with it. The stand, and obviously it's just a generic stand that I put them on. The outfit, like I said, is Unleashed Viper. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, the outfit is done by Unleashed Viper Customs, and the head I painted it. I got it off of eBay. It was unpainted, raw sculpt, and I painted it. It's getting a little blurry there. I don't want to like degrade the image too much. This is for, there we go. I painted it myself. Okay, I'm going to take the hat off. I got the hat on there pretty good. I don't want to, well, the hat's on there pretty tight right now. So hold on, I'm going to pause it. I'll be right back. All right, so there's the head sculpt with the hat off. So I did many layers of hair on this to get the right look. Now, originally I'd had his hair a lot thinner, which of course when he got older he had that kind of look later. But this is kind of like when he first appeared with the purple outfit, you know, and he obviously took on the fake Undertaker that had his gray, black and gray instead of black and purple. He had thicker hair, which was so cool because the fake Undertaker would basically come out with the hair over the face. You couldn't tell that it wasn't him, but you know, obviously people caught on as the skit went on, and Paul Bearer was coming out. The $1 Million Man would come out with the fake one, and Paul Bearer would come out and say, "Oh no, that's not the Undertaker." And I totally bought into all that back then. Look how cool he looks with the coffin though, right? It does kind of work together. So, you know, I always wanted an Undertaker figure, and I've seen others do it, and I've seen some really nice ones done, you know, with different time periods. Like I saw one done where he's in this outfit, but with the frizzy hair. That's kind of more old school. And this is kind of like his transitional look. This is when he was kind of going from this, you know, to old school Undertaker, kind of moving forward into then what became the Ministry, right? And then he ended up going to the American Badass. And then his hair started getting thinner. He had more like the stringy hair. And I think by the time this look was done, his hair was thinner. But I'm going for the SummerSlam, like when he kind of like first debuted this look. He still kind of had the wavier, thicker hair, and that's kind of like what I'm going for here. Rest in peace. I don't get tired of that. So anyway, love this figure, and I'm proud to participate in it. Although I didn't do the clothing, and I picked out the right body. I haired him himself, which hairing is a bitch, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. It's not perfect, but it definitely does the job. At least I think I got it good enough. And the paintwork is me. So I did paint the head sculpts and the eyes and everything, and I got it pretty good. So I'm very happy with the result. I even did the darkening under the eyes to give him that zombie look, or that makeup look he does with his eyes to kind of give him that dead man look. And you know, I don't know, I'm happy with it. I'm proud of it. And for once in my Halloween vid, I wanted something that I did or I worked on be the main event of the video. And that was the point. You know, between the things I've showed you mixed in with some things I bought instead of doing it myself, and this coffin, like I said, not being done by me, but me participating, putting my my stamp on it with what I did inside. You know, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the result, and it's been a lot of fun. And I have a lot more to show you. Like I said, guys, I have some stuff that's coming from Once Customs that's going to blow minds. Along with Paul Manzi, you know, good friend of ours and affiliated with 1/6 Horror, and you know, there's some stuff coming, man, that's just gonna blow everybody's minds when I get it, and I just can't wait to show it to you guys. And I did wish that it was here in time for this video, but I gotta be honest with you, I also like the fact that I kind of made this video more about my stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be back for Christmas, and I'm gonna do a nice holiday special, and I'm going to show some of the cool stuff that I'm getting from One and Distress Labs, and what Paul has in mind for dioramas. A lot of goodies coming, man. So this is definitely not the end. So this is not goodbye. This is see you later. Until next time, guys. This is Joebizz34. Happy Halloween. Peace out. Oh, yeah.